SG Reads.
Hello fellow travelers, my name's SG and welcome to the channel. Today we'll be going over another independent comic from a studio called Unlikely Heroes called Lucifer, Licorice. This one is more of a kind of kid-friendly slash more of a cynical tone to it, comparable to Adventure Time and so on and so forth, that we will talk about later in the references section. I found this very interesting. I thought it was a very good start. I do like the art and I wanted to talk about it. So without further ado, but before we start, please leave a like, comment, subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate it. Go check out the original content creator's work, and please do go pick up the book, or if you're interested in the series, I will leave a link to the main store down below. Again, it's from the same ones that have created the Unthinkables. The same people are producing this one, so please do go check them out. This is really good. Anyway, let's get started on the video, shall we? Lucifer Licorice was created by Russell Nohelty and Angela Odling, with Angela Odling doing the art and Russell Nohelty doing the writing of the story, and edited by Laurie Foster. These three are the main heads of this book. Do support them and give them credit for where it's due, and let's get started with the story. Our story starts with two creatures, one being a skeleton that looks made of licorice and a ghost that looks like he's a napkin, meeting this girl in the middle of the woods and her chasing off these creatures that are attacking them. Once they make it into town, they are then chased by the villagers, who have a deep hatred for demons and or monsters. When she explains when they reach to a safe zone that it's because that she is the daughter of the chief of the village and that they managed to build a licorice mine, but ultimately it was taken over by these two demonic creatures, and every time they try to talk to them or try to make deals with them, these creatures do push them away and or make fun of them in a certain way. And with that being the main story, with our skeleton creature being the one who is named Lucy in this storyline, being the one that says he may have been the reason why they're there, and he knows how to probably get them out of this land. With that, new hope has arisen within Molly, the main girl that we're following in this story, and now she wants to try to deal with these demons as best she can with the help of Lucy in this scenario. And of course, we do have Moober giving some sort of advice or helping along the way, but they're more there for comic effect, and I do like their character overall. With that being the main story of the chapter or of this book, because it's only book one, please, if you do enjoy this story or find it interesting, please do support it like I said before. But for now, let's talk about the characters, shall we? Alright, of our three main characters, the first one we're starting with is the first one that appeared in the book, and that being Molly. She is the daughter of the chief of the village and daughter of the founder of the licorice mine, who is also the chief, of course. And she is the one that knows most about the town, about their plight, and is willing to try anything to help restart the funding of the mine, or just get the demons out, period, so that they can commence with how operations were, period. She's a bright, cheerful, and kind of honest young girl overall in the story. We do get Lucy, who might be Lucifer Licorice in the story. We haven't been clarified of that, but I will put money on that one. Who is a monster based on a skeleton, but seems to be made of candy too, and has this kind of knowledgeableness. It seems that he's older than he appears, actually. He knows the two demons that have been haunting this place or have been taking over the mines, and says that he knows how to deal with them, and that it may be his fault that they are there, period. So, for the most part, we do know that he may be a little bit of a trickster, maybe a con man in a way, in the same form of he's there to help, but at the same time he may have caused the trouble to begin with. Next, we get Moober, who is a ghost napkin-like creature who seems to be more of an innocent kind of character, while at the same time being a self-centered character, but not to the point where they're dislikable. They seem to be very inquisitive about the world around them, very interested, while at the same time not wanting to hide anything or just plain being unable to, so that we can pretty much follow along with the story kind of through an innocent eyes through that character. So, for the most part, those are our three main cast members, and the ones that seem to have the most detail set on them. I do like this set. I do think it's interesting, and we will see how the story evolves as it goes on. We don't really know much more of each character than that, But for now, I think that's a good place to stop. I do like this art style that they're going with, kind of like a drawn style, if you will. Sort of like a picture book kind of thing, or like a children's story. It does add its own character, and not really a style I've seen very much in comic books as of recently, mainly because most try to keep this aesthetic going. Even when it comes down to like Adventure Time or books like that, we do get them going for more of a traditional route, but this does feel have a unique vibe to it. I do like the settings, the area, and the way the characters are drawn and depicted themselves. So I would have to say that it was very eye-catching when I first opened it, and kind of kept me wanting to read on more and more, just to look at this art to see how it evolves and how it goes on. So for the most part, I'd say 8 out of 10 on the art. It's very well done, and I do think that there's not much improvement that needs to be made for it. It does give it its own flair. The writing for the overall story is very well done too. It gives us a lot of the characters' personalities, a lot of their background, and at the same time kind of understanding what they are, who they are, and what they're about, while at the same time not really giving too much story away, leaving room for you want to go to book 2 or book 3 to kind of fully understand the world that we're in. It gives a small glimpse of kind of this made-up world that we live in, but at the same time it doesn't give us too much information, allowing some mystery and allowing some leeway to come in later on. They're not writing themselves into a box and allowing themselves to kind of expand along with the world itself. So the writing itself, again, has to be very well done as well, just like the artwork is. You could definitely tell the inspirations they took, such as this being more from like Adventure Time, the Misadventures of Flapjack, Chowder, this kind of surreal world that's kind of beyond belief, but at the same time you kind of understand the personalities and characters they're coming from. So kind of this real world, but at the same time super out there storyline that is easy to buy into, but at the same time you don't really know what to expect. So there are certain inspirations like that. So if you definitely are someone who likes Adventure Time, Flapjack, or any of those kind of early Cartoon Network series, well, mid Cartoon Network series I should say, this is definitely something you should definitely check out. Would be fun, and I can see people really enjoying the characters and personalities of said characters themselves as well. So, all in all, this story is very fun, the characters are very interesting, and the world itself is very full of life, I would say. There's a lot that can be said in a story like this, and definitely should be said. It's very fun, very interesting. I do recommend it, especially if you just like the artwork or if you like the storytelling. It's definitely worth the read. You can go to Laguna Studios and you can purchase the first book either digitally or physically. I recommend physically because I like having a physical copy myself of pretty much anything I read or play. So, with that being said, please go check out the original creators' content. Please go check out the original book. I'm just giving a review. And thanks again for watching. If you like this content, please leave a like, comment, subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a great one.